Imagine you're at a grocery store with a shopping list in hand, determined to stick to your budget. As you walk down the aisles, you suddenly see a display of freshly baked pastries with an enticing aroma. These pastries weren't on your list, but they look so delicious that you can't resist the temptation to add them to your cart. This is a classic example of impulse buying. Just like sticking to a budget can be challenging when faced with unexpected temptations, many of us struggle with managing our spending habits. However, there are a few strategies you can learn to resist these impulses and stay on track with your financial goals. By understanding how to recognize and control these urges, you'll be better equipped to make mindful purchasing decisions and avoid unnecessary expenses. In a world full of new tech trying to solve the problem of overspending, an old trick that works is the envelope system. The envelope system, also known as the cash-only budget, is a straightforward way to manage your money by keeping cash in different envelopes, each labeled for a specific purpose. For instance, you can have an envelope for rent, family, food, groceries, transportation, and whatnot. This is to make sure you don't spend money from an envelope marked groceries on a vacation that wasn't even planned for. Think of it like this. Just as you would dip into your tuition savings to pay for your morning coffee, the envelope system ensures that you only use designated funds for their intended purposes. This method has been around for a while and is proven to be extremely effective. The concept is simple. Label envelopes, decide how much money to allocate for each purpose, and fill the envelopes with the designated amounts. It might seem like a lot of work because this method requires some organization and planning, but you can master it by following these steps. First, make a budget. A good budget helps you allocate your money effectively. Consider the 50-30-20 plan. Spend 50% of your income on needs like rent and groceries, 30% on wants like vacations, and 20% on savings and paying off debt. You can also create categories for envelopes. This involves sorting your expenses into categories, and you can be as general or specific as you want. For example, you might have envelopes for groceries, movies, and drinks. Restrict spending to the amount in your envelopes. When you spend money, only use the cash from the appropriate envelope. If you have $120 in your food envelope and you spend $6 on a sandwich, you have $114 left for the month. Only refill the envelopes when you get paid. This is similar to rationing your snacks during a road trip. Once you eat your allocated snacks, you have to wait until the next stop to get more. Using the envelope system helps you avoid the fees associated with constant credit and debt card swipes. It also makes it clear how much money you have at any given time, preventing impulse spending. For instance, if you're at a mall and you see a sale on your favorite shoes, instead of swiping your card impulsively, you check your clothing envelope to see if you have enough cash. If not, you walk away, knowing you're sticking to your budget. One challenge can be managing variable expenses, like a milkshake at the mall, pastries at a restaurant, or occasional outings with friends. These small expenses add up. But with the envelope system, you can see exactly where your money is going. It's like keeping track of your calories. Small indulgences can add up quickly, but being aware helps you stay within your limits. People who use cash often feel a stronger connection to their money. Holding and spending cash makes you more aware of your expenses compared to using a credit card. But of course, this method has its downsides. Regular trips to the bank and carrying large sums of money can be time-consuming and risky. You might also miss out on credit card benefits and security features. To stay safe, keep your savings in a bank account with good interest rates instead of in an envelope at home. This way, you can enjoy the benefits of both security and growth. Think of it like storing your valuables in a safe deposit box rather than under your mattress. The envelope system is a tried-and-true method that can help you manage your money better. It can help reduce impulse spending, and it keeps you staying within your budget. You can give it a try and see how it works for you, and with a bit of practice and commitment, you'll find yourself in better control of your finances and more confident in your spending decisions. But if that doesn't work, another way we can achieve this mastery of money is through another method known as zero-based budgeting. This method of saving involves allocating all your money to expenses for needs and wants, as well as saving and debt repayments. The aim is that by the time the next paycheck arrives, your income minus your expenditure equals zero. It might seem a little old-fashioned, but a sheet of paper could come in handy at this point. First, what counts as income? This includes your salary from your regular job and any extra money you plan to make during the month. such as from a side gig as a delivery driver or makeup artist. Write down all sources of income and then you add them up. That total is your monthly income, or what you have to work for this month. Next, you need to list your expenses. Since you know what's coming in, you need to plan for what's going out. Think of everything you spend money on during the month. Literally everything. To be more thorough about this process, consider the following. The 4 walls. These are your essential costs like food, shelter, utilities, and transportation. Then, giving, which could be 10% of your income set aside to help someone or support a good cause. Then, your savings, which is always important to include. Then there are other essentials like insurance and phone bills. And then, after that, there are month-specific expenses like birthdays, anniversaries, or other celebrations due this month. Then, the extras like restaurants, shows, and hobbies. And then, finally, you keep a little for the, quote, unexpected. A pro tip for this method is to ensure that you start with your needs when allocating your expenses. Prioritize your essentials before moving on to wants. This way, you're spending on the most important things first. After listing your expenses, subtract them from your income. Ideally, your income minus your expenses should equal 0. If you don't get it right on the first try, don't worry. Many people don't. If you have money left over, that's a great start, because it's time to put that money to work. However, if you end up with a negative figure, it means you're spending more than you make. This is a problem, and it means it's time to trim your budget. You might need to lower your planned spending amounts or cut out some other expenses altogether. Start with non-essential expenses like dining out. Plan your meals to save money on food and resist the urge to eat at the drive-thru every night. Remember, you can also generate extra cash by getting a side job, selling things you no longer need, or finding other ways to make money. To ensure your money works for you, you need to keep track of every purchase, and every dollar that comes in or goes out should be accounted for in the budget. Each time your side job brings in $40, add that amount to your income. Deduct the cost of rent from your housing budget when you pay it. When you fill up your gas tank, subtract that amount from your transportation budget. This helps you keep track of your money, and it helps prevent overspending. Using this method, you can manage your finances effectively, ensuring that every dollar has a purpose and you stay within your budget. It's a practical way to avoid debt, to save money, and to achieve financial stability. Planning your budget in advance ensures that you're prepared for any upcoming expenses, and you can adjust your spending accordingly when you need to. This proactive approach helps you stay on track, and it helps you maintain financial stability. So, for more tips on how to live a better life, be sure to subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.